So welcome along guys to a fabulous, quick and fun floral tutorial. There's a big introduction, so welcome along. I'm going to start off with Peter the propelling pencil, and all we need are the little buds for the florals. So what I'm going to do for a start is put a little dot, a little X, to remind me where I want to put these. Let's have 5. How's that sound? Good enough number? Yeah, perfect. All we need is a little circle. So my circles are little dots at each extremity, then dots in between, and then I'll just join them up. Now I'm keeping these very light, so it may be very light on the film, but don't worry about that. There's one. There's one just here. Ooh, there we go. A big shape. Don't worry too much about the top bit. Eye here. Another one. There we go. There's one next to it just here, sort of overlapping a bit. All about the same size. They all came from the same seed packet, size 7 seeds, and one just a bit lower down. And you can practice it on a little bit of spare paper if you like, if you're new to this. Just that simple approach to drawing, your little dots, guide yourself round. Job is a lovely one. So there's the little flower heads, yeah, all perfectly done, even if I say so myself. Then we're going to have a little whizzy bit that goes out here, you know, just below the flower. So I'm just putting a little dot and a line through it. It's like a bird flying through the air. And then bend a couple down. And then we've got the little stems. Now I'm not going to draw these in too much, these are just reminders to basically put them in. Then the final thing, we shall do a load of wild little leaves and everything just shooting up from the bottom edge there. So that's the drawing guys, very quick, simple, easy and fun. Yep, don't forget that. So you go and have a rest, I'll meet you back here in a thrice. So welcome back guys, ready for a bit of painting? Of course you are, that's what you're here for. A little bit of water on big brine, big round brush there. A little bit of water just at the base of each of these flowers. So I curve the brush round, yep. Then I'm going to literally throw some Rose Opera in to a coffee strength. Little curve. I'm keeping that one just away from that one because I want that to be behind that one. If you run out of paint, don't go to the shops, just go to your palette. Yeah, that's all you need to do. Right, got that on. So there's water in there and coffee strength Rose Opera. Now I've got my next brush, Mini Dave. He's got some water on him. I don't know if you can see him glistening. He's just glistening. What I'm going to do is drag the water back, down, and then push some up. Now clean the brush and do it again. Drag some water down and push some up. Now what I'm doing is circling from left side, right side and straight. When it's in the middle it's straight, when it's on the left, well, it's left, isn't it? When it's on the right it's right. Same again. Just curve around that bit there, chop it out. Last one, water, curve that round. There you go. All floating about rather nicely, even if I say so myself. Right, we've got that on. Now I'm actually going to throw a thicker version of this colour in, which is cream strength. And I'll just put that at the bottom. Each one. I can just flick some up again. This time I'm not using water, I'm just flicking it up with whatever's there. Consistency. It's only a few lines. Yeah, so it actually makes the tone stronger at the bottom, just here, than it does at the top. And because I work flat, it just allows it to flow up quite nicely. Okay, got that on. Now I'm going to go with Mauve, which is a reddy purple. A little bit at the bottom again. Then just flick a little bit. No, not so much this time. I think flick's the right word. I'm not painting it slowly and deliberately. It's just a very rapid movement. Okay, jolly good, you did well there. Right, now I'm going to get Stay With Mini Dave, and I'm just going to get a little blob of water just underneath each of the flowers. Can't see it, but it is there. Then Sap Green. Put a little dot. And in fact, I'm going to do the dots together. I'm doing these fairly quickly. Then just push a couple of lines fairly straight, and then bend a couple down, and allow it to touch the colour of the flower itself. Same again, fairly straight, bend a couple down, fairly straight, tap a bit in there, as if it's still wet, which hopefully it should be, although we're having a bit of a heat wave at the moment, so it might be drying a bit quicker than normal, but it lets that bleed in, you see. Very nice. Okay, you're doing good, you're doing good. Right, we'll continue with my Sap Green, and just bring a line down for the stems. Yeah, now they don't have to be full lines, they don't have to be heavy lines, they're just thrown on quite nice and easily and lightly. Got those on. Now, one little bit of turquoise now. If you got some, get a bit and throw it in. By throwing, I mean do it fairly rapidly. Beautiful. Okay, got that in. Now, next thing, a bit of water on the brush, and I'm just going to extend these a bit like I did with the flower at the top. That means just run some water through it and drag it a bit. What this does is soften the colour, both within the green that's already there and beyond. Okay, right, you're doing very nicely. New brush, Miss Rigger, fabulous brush. I'm going to actually drop a little bit of pink, which is Rose Opera, into the colour below. That'll do whatever it wants to do. And finally in there, a little bit of Cobalt Blue. This darkens the green down a bit without overdoing it. Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. Right, okay, next colour, or next thing we're going to do actually start with some water. We're using a bigger dagger brush, Dangerous Dave. I'm just floating some water in lines. Now these are going to be those leaves and stuff that we're going to put on. Then we're just going to go in with Sap Green. All I'm doing is using the actual length of the brush. Well, that's the first colour, Sap Green, Coffee Strength. Next colour I'm actually going to use Royal Blue. Just drag it through the colour. It'll join in when it's good and ready with the colour that's already there. Or I might even bend a couple going back, so you go up and down, up and down. Yeah, lovely. Right, next colour, call that a bit richer, Cobalt Blue to a cream strength. Now I'm just placing this down fairly central of the flowers, or around the flowers should I say. Not too high, it will bleed up there. But I'll just get those little fella lads on. I'm just going to drop a little bit of the pink into this colour as well. So Rose Opera, where it's wet I'm generally dropping this and not moving the brush too much. Yeah, so it just gives a sort of reflective glow of the colours that have been used. Yeah, you're going good guys, really really good. Pleased with what you're doing. Right, next one. Just going to use Miss Rigger again if I may, and while we've got a little bit of Rose Opera on the brush, or on the palette should I say, I'm just going to dob a few little dobs down. Now the only thing you need to remember with this bit is just you curving it around. Yep, curve around that way, straight in the middle and that way. Go around the back of that one again. A little bit of water. Jolly good. Right, final little thing. Purple, quite strong, so it's cream, and at the top I'm just putting a few little dobs of this, and these are suggesting the inside of the flower just seen through the windows of the petals. Now you may need to do two or maybe two at a time of these. I'll do the whole lot, showing off, putting the colour in position, but you do need to be, if you work at a more, shall we say, a more economical pace, then just do a couple because they'll dry by the time you get there. Got that on? Then I'll drag in a little bit of water up to these, so it's got somewhere to run to. Nowhere to run to. Nowhere to hide. Beautiful, beautiful. Why I didn't get the album deal, I just don't know. Got this one here. So you do the water at the edge of this colour, don't just drag the water through the middle of it. And pull that around. Right, the very last thing, a little bit of Perylene Green, dark green, just under the main flurry of activity on these, just here. So these are overhanging, so these bottom bits, as small as they are going to be in shadow, and they're also a different colour, different tone, so you can pick them up out of the melee of floristry at the bottom. By that I meant you can see them through all this messy stuff. Tiny little dab there. Almost done guys, almost done. Now a little bit of Rose Opera for flicking. Can land on the flower and around the flower. Where it stops, nobody knows. Bit of Sap Green. And there we have it, guys. There we have it. There's our beautiful little flowers bursting into life out of the greenery. One for you to try and enjoy. So give it a go, guys, and see you again very, very soon.